Hello, Nathaniel Gavronsky here. I'm downtown Des Moines, just a few blocks east of the Des Moines police station. Things here seem to be quite calm at the moment. I was able to get permission from the city to do some reporting from down here, so I'm keeping my distance, but I have been out here kind of talking to people. Everyone here tonight, I've talked to the people that are in downtown right now and not at Moorhead Mall, seem to legitimately still just want to have like a peaceful protest. But many of them have actually commented they've been concerned that some people are here just to deter from peaceful protest and to damage property just because they want to show that they're angry. A lot of businesses here are boarded up. The stores all along Grand and Locust are being boarded up. A lot of the stores are closed. There is a general curfew for Polk County at 9 o'clock p.m. and so they've been asking people to please go home, to not participate in any of the destruction. There is a heavy police presence at the state capitol. I saw at least 10 state patrol cars, and there were a couple of different unmarked cars from different police agencies. Well, I would almost say, kind of they have a garrison up there of drones, just kind of watching over everything, because the state capitol is a place that was heavily targeted last night, and we don't want to see that same type of destruction take place again. Most of the people I talked to that are planning on protesting tonight think that they're going to try to stay away from the Capitol grounds tonight, because last night they felt like they got cornered and they weren't really able to get a message out. And I don't know just how much of a message they were going to be getting out anyway. But there are people down here that are just kind of relaxed and chilling. Social distancing has been being observed from the people I have talked to and seen so far tonight. So at least they got that going for them. But there was an event down here earlier tonight around the police station and Court Avenue and the courthouse that I wasn't able to see, but I understand that Moorhead Mall was heavily affected, that a lot of people went out there for the sole purpose of destroying the stores there. And again, Moorhead Mall has a lot of stores there that many people that are, with few resources, that's where a lot of them shop. So a lot of them work there. So I don't see what the benefit is for people who have to work and shop at Moorhead if their stores have been destroyed. So, but a lot of the people here are legitimate protesters. They have a valid reason to say what they feel, and what happened to George Floyd is an absolute tragedy. And we should all be standing up and saying we don't want to see this anymore. We don't want to see people be killed just because their skin color or maybe their religion. We don't want to see that stuff in America. And I don't know of anyone who is in favor or saying that the cops had any right to do what they did. From what I have seen so far, everyone has had a heavy critique against the now former police officer who has been charged with third-degree manslaughter, which is murder. It is a murder charge. It's just something that they would have a chance to get a conviction on, because if they were trying to charge him with first degree or second degree, the chances of getting a conviction would be heavily limited, and they want to make sure they can get a conviction. I believe everyone is supporting a conviction against the former officer in Minneapolis. I don't know of anyone who doesn't believe that person literally murdered a man in broad daylight. So, but for a lot of the protesters here who want to voice their concerns, I believe they have a right to do so, and we should encourage them to be able to speak their minds. I just really would hope to not see so much destruction, because those are people's jobs, and many jobs are being lost, or people at the protesters are wanting to support. So thank you everyone for your time. Please stay safe. For all the protesters out there, please stay safe. I hope you're able to get your message across, and I hope we're able to have a sort of dialogue from this. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening. Do you guys want to say anything or say anything?
Who are you?
Huh?
Who are you? My Facebook Live would like to know who you
Oh, my name is Nathaniel Gavronsky. I'm a constituent advocate. So, like, say you live. Are you from Iowa?
Yeah, I live
Okay.
I live
So, like, say you had a situation that you wanted to work with. There was a state agency.
Yeah.
I would work with you.
Science.
I would work with you when working with your state legislator
Yeah.
to work with that, and also not just state, but like county level too. So, like, you live in Polk County. So, if you say you had a situation with the city or Polk County, I'd work with you with your county supervisor and then your local council members to try to find a solution.
Yeah. Do you work for David Young?
David Young actually supported me. I was doing grocery deliveries, so like during the pandemic when people couldn't get out, they couldn't go grocery shopping. They couldn't go to the pharmacy, so I would travel like 40 counties and do grocery deliveries, and I used that van, and he supported me being able to do that. He didn't actually put the signs up, but the fact that he helped me so much to be able to do that, I put him up. Because, and he actually he said, you know, I help as many people as you possibly can, because I mean this isn't a political thing. This is just
right.
people need, you know, like probably a lot of elderly people, because a good majority of Iowa is 65 years of age and older. And there's a lot of people who have pre-existing health conditions that make it hard for them, like diabetes. If you're diabetes, you're more susceptible to the virus than say someone who wasn't. And so for those other people, I wanted to help make sure they weren't in a position to be more at risk, and so he was very supportive of that. So I don't know what all that means, but
I don't either.
here's the thing: if you are planning on going up to the Capitol and distributing tonight, as long as you're on the sidewalk or the cement, I have a hard time seeing how they could say that you're causing any problems.
Well, because there's a curfew.
There is a curfew, so they have some say on it. And the curfew doesn't make it unlawful to be there. But previous nights, if you're on the public forum, which is a sidewalk,
Yeah.
I have a hard time. This is me personally,
Yeah.
of them saying you can't be there.
I know.
On the grass is a whole nother story, because that grass is expensive. I don't know if you've seen the bill to mow that place, but it's not cheap because it's all on the hill.
Yeah, it's a really nice hill.
It's a really nice hill, yeah, but it's expensive to mow. So, like, I understand being on the grass, how we wouldn't want people mucking that up.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, walking on the sidewalk, I had a hard time supporting any type of action preventing people from standing on the sidewalk. I go up to the Capitol often at night to read a book. I have quite a bright light, as you can see, and I would just go up there and just read, and I would just kind of watch the city go by. And I think that's something that everyone should be able to have the right to do. Now, if someone was up there causing damage, like I caught a guy swimming in the fountain up there one night.
Yeah, there's always going to be crazy people that take advantage of tense situations.
But see, you know, even that guy, he wasn't damaging anything else but his own decency.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you're up there and you're doing things that could cause harm to someone else, freedom of expression has a limit.
Yeah,
you can't do
of
something
course,
that could cause someone else's life to be in peril. That's why you can't go into a crowded room and lie and say bomb or fire,
Right.
because you could incite damage. And that's why that's where the courts have decided there's a limit on free speech.
Yeah.
But primarily,
I have 30 Facebook people watching right now. Is there anything you want to say to them about everything that, from your perspective, what happened tonight?
a couple of things. Earlier we as the United States blew up an Iranian general because of the actions of that general. An American citizen was killed. That American citizen wasn't even born in the United States, and we almost went to war with another country for the murder of one U.S. citizen. I would like to ask people this. I don't want you to look at it as someone as being African American, Asian American, Native American, European American, or whatever you want to call them, or even FOB, fresh off the boat. If they're here and they're a legal citizen, they are a citizen of the United States, they're an American.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here with green cards that they're residents here. They're all one. We're all one community. And Iowa, for example, George Washington Carver, he was outcast by everywhere else he went. He came to go to school in Indianola, and they accepted him. He went to teach at Iowa State University, became world renowned from his teachings at the University of Iowa State. And we had the first woman elected mayor in Oskaloosa. She was too scared at the time to accept the office, but she was elected. The first city larger than 10,000 to elect a woman as a mayor was in Iowa City. We brought in refugees when many other states and countries weren't bringing in refugees. During the Civil War, more Iowans per capita fought the Civil War to free slaves than any other state north to south combined.
Yeah. So what's the main thing that you want to tell my Facebook viewers about what from your perspective, what's happening?
Well, I think there's a lot of people out here who have legitimate, willing to say, hey, this was wrong.
Right.
And I don't know anyone who agrees with that former officer in Minneapolis. I don't think anyone supports him. His wife divorced him the very same day. And so I really think that they're trying to correct it as fast as they possibly can.
Yeah.
But what we need to have is more of a discussion, and you can't have a discussion if everyone's getting shouted down. Like there were some civil rights leaders out here in Des Moines the last couple of nights. One of them, which is even a state rep, that's tried to talk to people about having a dialogue. And he's a close friend of mine. I love that guy.
Yeah,
I see him all the time. Actually, him and Cory Booker and I hung out almost all last summer. I mean, to see this stuff now is really, really hard to watch, because I know that assemblyman cares so much about the state, about the city, and all of its residents. It doesn't matter what religion they are or what color of skin they are. He wants to see people feel like they're a part of this community. And that's what Iowa as a whole should be. I mean, we have been the leader in so many great things. We created the trampoline, for example, was invented in 1931 in Iowa. In Iowa City. Sliced bread. We are the greatest thing since sliced bread because it was invented here in Iowa.
Wow.
Candy corn, maybe not one of our best inventions, but
candy corn.
Candy corn. Some of the greatest things that you say this is the best thing since all took place in Iowa. And we've had some of the best scientists. Nuclear fusion that came. It's called the Ames model because what made nuclear fusion work was in Ames, Iowa State. Iowa State built the very first computer, the BAC computer. I mean, there's so many great things about this state that we should be very, very proud of.
Yeah.
John Brown actually spent time in Cedar County.
So you think that people expressing their anger out here right now is a valid form of protest?
They have a reason to be angry. They don't have a reason to be destructive on personal property.
I was out here on Friday for the protest, and I can tell you that there was 10 people or less that were the ones that were destroying things, and half of them were white teenage boys.
Well, they're always the minority of the group.
And there's always going to be bad people that take advantage of tense situations, just like there's always going to be bad cops that kill people. So I think we've had a good conversation here tonight. I like what my Facebook viewers have they've appreciated the facts about trampolines and sliced bread. Can you say your name for me one more time, please?
My name is Nathaniel Gavronsky, and I am a constituent advocate in the states of Iowa, Illinois, New York, New Jersey, California, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Missouri, and the Dakotas, and a little bit in Nebraska.
Cool. Well, I am going to go not continue to break curfew. It was good to have a good conversation with you. Do you want to elbow? Thanks.
Yeah. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, stay wise, and as always, stay classy, Iowa.
Have a good night.
You too. Well, everyone, that was fun. So I will try to keep all that into the broadcast because I think that went well. So I'm going to get out of here because I got an early congressional meeting at 9:30 in the morning, and I got to go get ready for that, and I'm hungry. So thank you, everyone, for your time and your attention. Please stay safe. Please be well. And don't burn down the city. I mean, you're burning down your own jobs. And the people you're trying to help, they're the ones getting damaged the most. So, again, stay healthy, stay wealthy, stay wise, and as always, stay classy. Peace.